Welcome back into the Comcast Sportsnet studios. Back to Washington Post Live with Mike Wives from the Washington Post. We are pleased and honored by the presence of two members of the Washington Nighthawks who play in the Premier Basketball League. Season starts up in January. Lawrence Moten, the Big East all-time leading scorer from the Syracuse University, but of course D.C. native. And Tamir Goodman, Baltimore guy, played at Towson, played in Israel for a while, and now you're back stateside, keeping that basketball dream alive. First of all, guys, welcome to the show. And Tamir, I'll start with you because you've just been back in the States now for a couple of weeks after living over in Israel for a while. How's it been reacclimating yourself to sort of, back to stateside, back to where you grew up?
It's great to be back, and I thank the Nighthawks for making it as easy as possible for us. They've really helped the transition as far as moving, getting to the good spot, and hopefully now starting to practice. So it's great to be back, and I thank the Nighthawks for making the transition as easy as possible for myself and my family. And
speaking of transitions, Lawrence, you're transitioning from player mode, and then you were working sort of with the front office for a while, and now you're on the sidelines. How's coaching treating you?
Well, it's treating me fine, and I'm looking forward to this opportunity. I have a bunch of good guys that I've been working with, and like I feel, winning takes care of everything. And I'm a natural, so I think we'll be fine.
I saw you play at Berry Farms because I'm out there every day, as you know. No, I'm just kidding. But I went out there. I was doing a story in Gill. You've still got a lot left. At any point during this experiment as a coach, will you put yourself in?
Well,
are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, I think I'm allowed to do that, but I take it one day at a time. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this opportunity of me being the head coach for the Maryland Nighthawks. I have a great owner in Tom and Jeanette McCool, and like I said, my body is my resume. I tell the young people of today, your body is your resume. So what I mean by that is it's very important to take care of yourself, and I can still do it. There's no question about it.
So are you going to coach in uniform in case the need arises?
Well, I feel like this: if push comes to shove, and one of my teammates or getting in an argument with me, check it up. And if you lose, you're out of my gym.
That's right. I get your jersey.
Exactly.
Tamir, your story has been played so much, and people obviously remember first from your high school days at the Talmudic Academy in Baltimore, and then going to Towson and the sort of flirtation with the University of Maryland. I know you went to Israel and played for a while over there. Now coming back, do you feel in any way like, hey, wait a second, I'm not some sort of novelty act here. I'm a basketball player.
I've always felt that way. I've always kept the same philosophy. I'm just like every other person. Thank God I've been given a talent of basketball, and I just try to use my God-given ability to the best of my ability, just like everybody else. And thank God I've been fortunate to live out my dream and be an Orthodox Jew at the same time. The Nighthawks are giving me a chance to be part of history right now by allowing me to play professional basketball without having to play on the Jewish Sabbath. And not many people could say that they've lived their dream out, and I'm living my dream out, and I don't take it for granted, and I thank God, and I thank everyone that's helped me along the way and is helping me now.
How many games do you actually have on the Sabbath, or the Nighthawks scheduled to play on the Sabbath?
I think right now I'm going to be missing 2 games.
2 games? That's not bad at all. For what it's worth, I know people have dogged you over the years for the Jewish Jordan. They call me the Gentile McKeskey, for what it's worth. My game is so bad. Yeah. But back to Russ's question, though, I think it's very interesting. At some point, this guy led the Big East in scoring, and I remember didn't they call you Poetry in Motion?
Yes, Poetry in Motion.
Yes, and which Lawrence instead of Moten, Lawrence. I love that nickname. You've got more pub than this man right here, and he's one of the biggest. Is there any part of you that's sort of like, okay, let this die down and let me be who I want to be?
Yes, I've never really put anything on myself. I try to always stay as simple and humble as possible because that's just the way I am, and everything I have I know comes from God, and I just try to treat it that way. But I'm very, very honored to be coached by such a special person and a special player. I grew up watching him play, and players always tell you it's great to be coached by someone who has played because he can relate to you as a player and as a person, and I'm really looking forward for this opportunity, and it's really great.
Lawrence, I got to imagine almost everyone on the Nighthawks has to have sort of the same mentality as Tamir does, because these are guys that are trying to keep that dream alive of playing professional basketball. Do you notice that guys are even more hungry at this level and in this kind of league? Because, look, this might be their last chance to play for a check.
Oh, yeah, well, one of the things I know about basketball now is worldwide. And if you're talented, you know, one of the things I do know, they'll find you anywhere. You know, you could be in Africa. If you can play the game and you can play it well, they will find you. And like I said, these guys, I have a good group of guys that I've been working with. You know, they're very hungry, like you said. And like I said, this is an opportunity. You know, we're going to be fan friendly. We're playing our games at Georgetown Prep, right in Rockville, and it's a good opportunity for guys, like you said, who still love the game and who want to hopefully fulfill that dream. You know, I feel like, you know, you have the CBA, the NBDL, the ABA, and now the PBL. And if you're a good player, there's always a diamond in the rough. And our games are on Saturdays and Sundays. And like I tell people, you know, some of these guys still get to keep their day jobs as far as working-wise and also playing basketball. So what better way of doing that than to play and still be able to work? Aside
from just playing, Tamir, do you have any goals set for yourself now as the season is set to begin?
Yeah, aside from playing, the Nighthawks have provided me with a foundation to set up camps and clinics. I love working with kids, helping them reach their dreams. So aside from playing, I also hope to do a lot of basketball clinics and speaking engagements, and to really be involved with the community and to give back to them for everything they've given me over the years.
All right, Lawrence Moten, the head coach now of the Maryland Nighthawks, Tamir Goodman. We're going to see you out on the floor a lot playing some guard for the Nighthawks as well at Georgetown Prep in Rockville. Season opens January 4th, and hopefully we'll get you guys on again during the season. We'll talk about how you guys are doing. We'll check in on you.
All right,
guys, best of luck to you,
Thank
Tamir.
you so much.
Good to have you on, Lawrence. Nice to meet you, man.
Happy
All right, time to take a break here on Washington Post Live. When we come back to football.